You're going to go to sleep tonight thinking your day was completely normal. But what if I told you that you probably put your life at risk at least 3 times today and didn't notice anything? I'm not talking about crossing the street while looking at your phone. I'm talking about things you do at home, at work, in the kitchen, in the bathroom. Things that seem completely harmless, that your mother probably taught you to do, that everyone around you does without thinking twice. And that's exactly why they are so dangerous. Today, I'm going to show you 10 everyday habits that science has already proven are harmful. Some of them in ways that will make your head spin. Some risks are small, others are serious. But they all have one thing in common. No one talks about them. Stay until the end because number 1 is probably something you're going to do tonight. Number 10. Storing leftover food the wrong way. You know when you cook rice, half the pot is left, and you just put the lid on and leave it on the stove to eat later? Or cover it with a cloth and go to sleep? That's more dangerous than it seems. When cooked rice stays at room temperature for more than 2 hours, it starts creating perfect conditions for a bacterium called Bacillus cereus to multiply. This bacterium produces toxins that cause food poisoning. And the problem is that these toxins don't disappear when you reheat the food. The heat kills the bacteria, but the toxin it already produced stays there, ready to give you a terrible night. And it's not just rice. Any cooked food that stays between 4 degrees Celsius and 60 degrees Celsius for more than 2 hours enters this danger zone. That includes beans, pasta, chicken, anything. The solution is simple. Put it in the fridge within 2 hours. If you're not going to eat it today, freeze it. It may seem exaggerated, but food poisoning sends more than 40,000 people to the hospital every year in Brazil alone.
Number 9. Using your phone in the bathroom. Almost everyone does this. You sit down, grab your phone, and stay there for 15-20 minutes scrolling. Seems harmless, right? The problem is twofold. First, the phone you use in the bathroom goes straight to your face, your pillow, your mouth when you talk on the phone. Studies show that most phones have more bacteria on the screen than a toilet seat lid. That's because the lid gets cleaned frequently. The phone almost never does. But there's a second problem that's even more serious. Sitting too long on the toilet, especially with your body weight supported on the edge, increases pressure in the veins of the rectal area. This directly contributes to the development of hemorrhoids. Doctors say the ideal time in the bathroom is 3 to 5 minutes. The phone has tripled that time for most people. Leaving your phone outside the bathroom is one of the simplest things you can do for your health, and probably one of the hardest to actually do.
Number 8. Taking showers that are too hot. A hot shower after a long day feels like one of life's greatest pleasures. And in a way it is. But there's a point where the pleasure starts working against you. The skin has a protective layer of natural oils that maintains hydration and acts as a barrier against bacteria and external irritants. Very hot water dissolves these oils much faster than warm water. The result? Dry, irritated skin, more prone to microscopic cracks where viruses and bacteria can enter. People with eczema, psoriasis, or sensitive skin feel this much more intensely, but even people with normal skin suffer the effects over time. The ideal shower temperature is around 37 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius, basically warm to slightly hot. Not the kind of water that leaves your skin red when you get out. If you leave the shower with flushed skin and a burning sensation, the water is too hot.
Number 7. Ignoring posture while using your phone. There's even a medical name for this, text neck, and it has become a silent epidemic. When you hold your phone in front of your face with your head slightly tilted down, you put enormous pressure on your cervical spine.
The human head weighs about 5 kilograms in a neutral position. But when you tilt it 15 degrees forward, the pressure on the spine jumps to nearly 13 kilograms. At 30 degrees, it's 18 kilograms. At 45 degrees, which is how most people look at their phone lying down, it's almost 22 kilograms of constant pressure. Over months and years, this causes wear on the spinal discs, chronic headaches, tension in the shoulders and neck, and even changes in the natural curvature of the spine. Most people spend 4 to 6 hours a day like this. That adds up to hundreds of hours per year of above normal pressure on your spine. The damage is slow, but real. Number 6. Using cotton swabs to clean your ears. This is classic. You get out of the shower, grab a cotton swab, stick it in your ear, and give it that satisfying twist. It feels like you're cleaning. In reality, you're doing the opposite. The human ear is self-cleaning. Earwax, what we call cerumen, is not dirt. It's a substance produced by the body with bactericidal and protective functions. It naturally moves out of the ear canal over time, carrying dust and particles with it. When you insert a cotton swab, you don't remove the wax, you push it deeper into the canal, closer to the eardrum. Over time, this causes buildup, a feeling of blockage, ringing, and can even lead to partial hearing loss that only a doctor can resolve. The recommendation from ENT specialists is clear. Never put anything inside the ear canal. If you feel your ear is blocked, see a doctor. Cotton swabs were originally created to clean around the outer ear, not inside.
Number 5. Sitting for many hours in a row. We've heard the phrase "sitting is bad" so much that it lost its impact. But the data is too serious to ignore. Large-scale studies show that sitting for more than 8 hours a day without moving is associated with a risk of death similar to smoking and obesity. That's not an exaggeration. This comparison comes from research published in serious medical journals. When you sit for long periods, circulation in your legs decreases drastically. This increases the risk of blood clots, which in severe cases can travel to the lungs, a condition called pulmonary embolism, which can be fatal. In addition, metabolism slows down, core muscles weaken, and posture progressively deteriorates. The problem is not having an office job. The problem is not breaking up sitting time with movement. The solution experts recommend is to stand up and walk for at least 2 to 5 minutes every hour. You don't need to go to the gym. You just need to not stay still all day.
Number 4. Mixing cleaning products. This one can save your life, literally. Many people think mixing 2 cleaning products will result in a stronger solution. In practice, it can result in a chemical reaction that releases toxic gases inside your home. The most classic example, bleach with hydrogen peroxide, or bleach with acidic products like descalers or some bathroom cleaners. The reaction releases chlorine gas, the same gas used as a chemical weapon in World War I. In enclosed environments like bathrooms, the concentration can cause severe lung irritation, coughing, burning eyes, and in cases of prolonged exposure, permanent damage to the respiratory system. Another dangerous mixture, ammonia with bleach. This combination produces chloramines, which are also toxic when inhaled. The simplest safety rule is never mix cleaning products. If you're switching products, rinse the surface with water before applying the next one. Always use them in well-ventilated areas. And if you feel dizzy or your eyes burn while cleaning, leave immediately and ventilate the space.
Number 3. Sleeping with your phone charging near the bed. It's not just about the screen light disturbing your sleep, although that is also real and proven. The more serious problem is physical. Lithium batteries, which are in almost all modern phones, generate heat while charging. When this heat has nowhere to dissipate, for example, when the phone is under a pillow or covered by a blanket, the internal battery temperature can rise beyond safe limits. This can cause a phenomenon called thermal runaway, where the battery begins to deteriorate rapidly and can ignite. It's not rare. There are thousands of recorded cases of fires caused by phones charging under pillows or on heat-trapping surfaces. The ideal solution is to charge your phone on a hard surface, away from the bed, with the cable not bent, and if possible, outside the bedroom, which also solves the problem of light and notifications disrupting sleep.
Number 2, not washing your hands the right way. You probably think you know how to wash your hands, but research shows that most people do it incorrectly, and that has serious consequences. The number one problem is time. Most people wash their hands for less than 6 seconds. The minimum recommended time by the World Health Organization for effective washing is 20 seconds with active scrubbing. That's because microorganisms don't come off just with water flow. You need mechanical friction to remove them from the skin's surface. The second problem is missed areas, fingertips, thumbs. Between the fingers and the backs of the hands are the regions most people don't scrub properly. These are exactly the areas that come into the most contact with contaminated surfaces. And the third problem? Drying your hands with a damp or dirty cloth. A kitchen towel used for several days can have more bacteria than the sink you just cleaned. Paper towels or individual dry towels are always the safest choice. Washing your hands properly is considered by science one of the most effective health interventions that exist. Cheaper than any medicine, and most people still don't do it right.
Number 1. Using your phone in bed before sleeping. I saved this for last because it's the most common, the most underestimated, and probably the one harming people's health the most today, especially younger people. Here's what happens in your brain when you do this. Your body regulates sleep mainly through a hormone called melatonin, which starts being produced when the environment gets dark. Melatonin is the signal that tells your brain it's time to rest, recover, consolidate memories, and regulate the next day's hormones. The blue light emitted by phone, computer, and tablet screens mimics the frequency of sunlight. When you expose your eyes to this light at night, the brain interprets it as if it were still daytime and suppresses melatonin production. Studies show that just 2 hours of screen exposure before bed can delay melatonin production by up to 3 hours. And over time, this develops into a chronic sleep deficit, which is associated with a huge list of problems. The result? You take longer to fall asleep, sleep with lower quality, wake up more tired, have more difficulty concentrating the next day. Weight gain, high blood pressure, weakened immune system, higher risk of depression and anxiety, and even increased risk of cardiovascular disease. And the worst part? The more sleep-deprived you become, the less you realize how much it's affecting you. The body adapts to fatigue as if it were the normal state. Sleep experts recommend creating a no-screen zone of at least 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. No phone, no series, no social media scrolling. It may be difficult at first, but the changes in sleep and energy are noticeable in less than a week.
So here's the quick summary. Storing food improperly, using your phone in the bathroom, taking showers that are too hot, posture while using your phone, cotton swabs in your ears, sitting for hours without moving, mixing cleaning products, charging your phone near you while sleeping, washing your hands incorrectly, and using your phone before bed. 10 things, all common, all with real risks documented by science. You don't have to change everything at once, But if you leave this video changing at least one of these things, it was worth it. If this video surprised you, imagine the next one. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it.